Hi, it's me again. I just want to do a quick update because some things have come up since I first told you that I was pregnant. First, I'll tell you, let's see, my situation, I suppose. So, I hope everybody had a great Easter. Mine will be unforgettable for the rest of my life. I think, so Easter was Sunday. Today's Thursday. Easter was Sunday, and went to my husband's. Let me time myself here. Okay, my husband's mother's house for Easter dinner, and it was fine. And we came home or whatever, and I was feeling okay. At one point when I was there, I kind of had like a pain in my gut, and I was like, maybe it's poop. So, we came home and we rented some movies, and we watched some movies that night. And about 9:30, I'm just guessing a time somewhere around there. About 9:30 or so, I go to the bathroom, and when I wiped, which I always check because I'm a freak, I just always want to make sure everything's okay. When I wiped, there was some pinkish brownish on the toilet paper, and I flipped out. So I called my mother, and my mom was like, it happens, it's normal, you need to lay down, you need to calm down, because I was like hyperventilating, all freaked out, like, oh my gosh, the worst of the worst is happening, I'm going to lose this baby. And Chris done told everybody, so great. Well, I called my doctor, mom's like, just call your doctor. So I called my OB, and she was just like, you know what, it happens. No, it's not normal to bleed, but it happens a lot. So don't freak out. She said, I'm not worried as long as there's no cramping or any fresh blood. Don't worry about it, but if anything changes, please call me back. So I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to breathe. And we continue to watch the movie, and I'm laying with my feet up on the couch, and about 45 minutes, I suppose, later, I have to pee again. I just have to pee. It's not because I'm a freak and I wanted to go check. I really had to pee, and Chris was like, my husband was like, don't look. Just calm down. It'll be okay. Don't look. You don't need to freak out. So, yeah, right, like I'm not going to look. So he went with me, and it was red blood. At that point, I was like, Chris, I showed him, he goes, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, we're losing the baby. Like, I knew that 100% guarantee this baby's coming out. And I was devastated. I flipped out. I called my doctor right away, and she goes, okay, are you experiencing any cramping? And I said, no, just blood. I mean, it wasn't like gushing blood, and blood had never come out even on my pajamas at the time, because I was wearing pajamas. And she was like, go to the hospital. What's your closest hospital? So I went to my closest hospital, and my mother's calling me. I went to the closest hospital, which sucked. I got there, got my vitals done or whatever, then was sent back out into the waiting room. We waited for almost 2.5 hours, and I'm like, hello, I'm bleeding. My parents came. They're so super supportive. So it was me and Chris, my parents. And at that point, I was calm because it's been 2 hours. I'm not freaked. There's no blood. I had to keep feeling down there to see if I felt anything. No blood ever came out. It was only when I wiped. Finally, after like 2.5 hours, I finally got called back into the room. They were like, sorry, people were just coming in with heart problems, and that kind of takes priority. And I'm like, I'm losing a baby. I think that's really important. So I go back there, and I'm waiting. I'm so flippin' nervous, and the doctor comes with the last person to do ultrasound. So she comes in, caught her right before she was leaving. So Chris and I went to the ultrasound room, super nervous. They were going to do a transvaginal, so I had to go to the bathroom first. And when I went to the bathroom, it was fine. Like, it was just old brown blood, barely anything at all. And so that was okay. That was good, right? And we're just about to do the transvaginal, and Chris is like, "Whoa, look at that thing," because it's long. And so she put it in, and right off the bat, I know I'm pregnant, but it's just kind of like reality sets in. She was like, "Yep, you certainly do have a little critter in there," and I was really thankful and relieved for that. Now the heartbeat. Waiting for her to say something about the heartbeat, and she goes, the baby has a great heartbeat, 170 beats per minute. The baby's fine. and she showed me, and I got to see the little doodad. It's so cute. It had a little head, and you couldn't really see much, arms and little legs, and this little guy, or girl. And since I got the ultrasound, I know that I was at that point, and it was Monday morning. By this time, I got my ultrasound when I was about 10:30. And it was already Monday morning early when I got the ultrasound done. And she said, it's fine. The baby's okay, as far as she could tell, and whatnot. So I went back to the room, and then the doctor had left a cup for me to pee in. I'm like, just peed. Weird. Well, good thing we waited like another 2 hours for that fool to come back in. He was like the only guy left, the only doctor left in the ER, so whatever. But the nurse that was helping me out, she said that she had bleeding too, so I felt a little comfort by that. But the doctor wanted to do a pelvic exam to check my cervix, make sure that's closed, see if there's any active bleeding. So finally, I waited long enough that I had a urine sample that I could provide, and he came back in and did the pelvic, and which was painful. I've never been to a gynecologist. I know he's not a gynecologist, but I've never had that much pressury, pushy, pinchy in there before in my life. And he said, my cervix is closed, it's fine, everything looks good, there's no active bleeding. So he said, it happens. It happens, and many times it's completely unexplainable. Can't guarantee that it's not going to happen again, can't guarantee that it's not going to happen in a couple months. I can't promise you that, I can't promise you things. And I totally already knew that, but for that point, I was good to go. So I finally went home. We left the ER at 3 in the morning. So we were there from 10:30 to 3. Joyous day. It was wonderful. So we were exhausted. We came back home, fell asleep. Thank goodness we didn't have to work on Monday. Chris took off anyways. He already had a plan because I already had off. I'm a teacher, so we had at a Catholic school. So we had Easter Monday off. So thank goodness it happened at that time. It's so hard for me teaching Spanish to find somebody to sub. So everything is fine, and now it's Thursday, and there's no blood. I never had cramping, nothing. So hopefully it was just a little blood spell, and it won't happen again, because it's nerve-wracking. It's so scary. You're so attached. So everything's still good. And, you have to follow up with your doctor, and I already had an OB appointment for Tuesday, following Tuesday, whatever, on the 21st, and so we just kept that appointment. So I'm going to see her and see what she says. So I'll probably have an update for next week as well. But I am now officially 10 days, or 10 days. Why do I keep saying that? I'm 10 weeks and 4 days, and still checking every time I wipe. But so far there's nothing, and I'm trying to be positive. And now that I'm at 10 weeks, they say, your miscarriage rate goes way down, and all this. So I'm hoping, okay, even if I bled, it's still down, it's still low. So I'm still hoping for good stuff. So I'm still hoping for the baby. I'm wearing pants currently that I wear to work, and I bought them as size 14 before I knew I was pregnant, because I was getting fatter, bloated more, and they're actually tight on me today, which is ridiculous. So I'll show you my belly really quick. It's probably nothing different. I'm a teacher, okay? I have to wear high pants. They're really cute, though. Show you my belly really quick. I don't know how much time I have left. I talk way too much. There it is. Hello. Nice underwear, huh? So there's my belly. Definitely hard. There's that. Okay. So I know the baby's gotta be right there because it's all hard and stuff, but that's my kiddo. And I ate a big lunch too, so that, I am only 10 weeks. I'm not probably really that big because of the baby. It's the bloating, and now it's whatever. So, gosh, it feels so good to leave these unbuttoned, so I'm just gonna leave them unbuttoned. So that's that. Nausea is kind of going away. I had some this morning, but no big deal. Acne, ridiculous amounts. Seriously, I've not had this bad acne in years. Years. It's all over my neck, all over my face, my chest, all over my back. And I'm talking about acne like